Cynopsis in your ear.
Good morning, I'm Trish Pahanik for Cynopsis. It's Friday, April 21st, 2006, and this is your first early morning briefing. Here is today's top story. Well, if at 8 o'clock last night you were one of the precious few who turned to NBC to watch Celebrity Cooking Showdown, you heard the announcement that to see the final episodes of the Celebrity Cooking, you'd have to go to NBC.com. Unceremoniously yanked from the schedule at the last minute, NBC instead aired Will and Grace, followed by My Name is Earl. Now at NBC.com, the information is conflicting. In one pot, it says the finale 2 episodes of Celebrity Cooking will air exclusively online. In the other pot, the Saturday night lineup includes the last 2 episodes airing from 8 to 10. Your guess is as good as mine. Well, maybe I haven't said this before, I think I have, but if you had a promo or a commercial in this daily podcast, it would go right about here. Coming up under More Good Stuff today, NFL Network reaches out to Bryant Gumbel and Cris Collinsworth. Oxygen plans launch of 2 reality series this summer. PBS launches MooTube.com and your answers to yesterday's Cynopsis question. And while I'm telling you about all this great stuff today, take a look at these beautiful shots provided to us from National Geographic's Digital Motion Library. Well, as the NFL Network preps for its upfront presentation next week in New York City, it has reached out to Bryant Gumbel and Cris Collinsworth to try to sign them to call the Thursday night games in the upcoming season. Now, the kickoff game for the network will be on Thanksgiving night between the Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs. No official response yet from either. Oxygen will launch 2 new reality series this summer. First, the Janice Dickinson Modeling Agency, and second, Breaking Up with Shannon Doherty. 10 episodes have been ordered for the Dickinson project, which is scheduled to launch in June. The latter, according to Variety, has a 13-episode order and features Doherty being hired by individuals who feel they may be stuck in a bad relationship with a boyfriend, boss, friend, etc. In swoops Doherty, who goes undercover to assess the situation and, if warranted, manipulates a breakup. AMC has started production of a new 1-hour original drama, Mad Men, about the New York City advertising executive circa 1960. Produced by @Radical Media, the show is slated to debut in 2007. And now this from the We've Heard Everything But Never Thought This Would Happen department. PBS has launched MooTube.com, or should I say MooTube.com, chronicling the bailiwick, yes, I said bailiwick, of the Texas Longhorn cattle. This one you gotta see to believe. Cow cams will show a bovine's eye view of what happens on the range, from the necessary fly flicking and grass eating to the potentially more exciting locking of horns. The cow of the day also profiles a daily star's vital statistics. Is this good TV? Tough to say. However, what will likely be good TV, based on their previous House episodes, PBS begins its new 8-part hands-on history series, Texas Ranch House, on May 1st through the 4th, featuring a group of men and women experiencing the harsh realities of 1867 Texas. And on May 1st at 7 o'clock, TLC premieres Jamie's School Lunch Project, starring mega foodie Jamie Oliver. Jamie is challenged in the series to produce proper meals for 21,000 South London school kids without benefit of a large budget or his favorite spices, and it's all in a time crunch. At the same time, he faces the disapproval of lunch lady, Nora, who wants everything to stay the same. 3 additional episodes following the premiere on Mondays through the end of May. A Cynopsis question I asked you yesterday, and today I have your answer. When Universal Pictures Film United 93 opens on April 28th, will you go see it? 82% of you said no, while just 18% said yes. You were fairly definite regardless of your answer, though the no responses were more in the adamant column. Reasons cited ranged from it's too soon and it's too painful and the memories are too painful to I'll watch it later on DVD when I can stop intermittently and breathe. Among those who said yes were many said they felt the heroes aboard Flight 93 were due the respect of seeing the film. An overwhelming number of yes respondents mentioned it was not too early for such a film, but rather an important reminder that we should not forget the horrors of 9/11 even for a single day. Interestingly, a handful said they'd consider going to see it if Universal turned over all the revenue to the victims' families. And lastly, speaking of Universal, no respondents from that company said they would be missing the film. Moving along, Upfront 2006 CSTV which presented its first upfront at the Fieldhouse Studio at Chelsea Piers in Manhattan. Dedicated to broadcasting college sports events, CSTV has a full slate of new productions and plans to broadcast 500 live college sports events in the 2006-2007 season. Some new original series coming: Go Pro or Go Home, a reality series showing the struggles of 18 top graduating women volleyball players who won a spot as professional beach stars on the AVP Tour. Second, The Big Whistle, a competition show with coaches having to prove their abilities in strategy, play design, fundraising, and recruiting. Brain Freeze, a fast-paced trivia game pitting teams of college athletes against each other in the general knowledge trivia contest. Coach for the Day, legends of college sports will go back to school for a day and assume the position of coach. And The Right Staff, developed in partnership with Sports Illustrated. This show highlights the top collegiate newspaper sports editors and reporters in the nation and runs them through a myriad of tasks and challenges to win a job at Sports Illustrated. More on CSTV plans are in your inbox in today's edition of Cynopsis. Moving along to new production, casting, and development. 2 casting notes to let you know about today. Do you have a soap star potential? Consider this. Go to CBS.com and fill out the application to be one of the 10 finalists in a CBS.com reality program. One lucky person will win a 13-week role on As the World Turns. No small potatoes. And second, LMNO Productions and HGTV are now casting their new series, Over Your Head. They're looking for LA homeowners who have decided it's time to abandon that easy home remodeling project, we've all been there, that turned out to be more difficult than you imagined. So now you're thinking either it's time to call in an arsonist or bring in the right people to expertly complete the job. If this sounds like you or your spouse or your significant other or even your neighbor, then LMNO Productions would like to hear from you. For more information, apply online at www.overyourhead.tv. The rating summary for Wednesday night, according to Live Plus Same Day ratings from Nielsen Media Research, goes like this. Fox didn't shirk Wednesday night, taking the number 1 spot with a 6.017, adult 18 to 49. Starting off, Fox took the 8 o'clock hour with Bones and a 3.711. Fox also took the 9 o'clock hour with a 1-2 punch of American Idol, and Unanimous bringing in an average of an 8.322. Then at 10 o'clock, CBS surged ahead of the others with CSI New York and a 4.813. ABC with a return episode of Invasion, and NBC with a repeat of Law & Order tied for second at a 2.57 each. Well, it's Friday Fun Fact time. A car traveling at a constant speed of 60 miles per hour would take more than 48 million years to reach the nearest star, other than our sun, Proxima Centauri. This is about 685,000 average human lifetimes. That's a lot of lifetimes. That's a lot of time. Okay. Today's trivia question: Sleepless in Seattle, The Fabulous Baker Boys, The Vanishing, and Officer and a Gentleman have all recently aired on different cable networks. What one thing do all these movies have in common? And that's it for today. Be sure to check your email for the full printed version of today's synopsis with some new executive moves, more on rating, loads of new classified ads, a few of the stories that didn't make it into today's podcast, and don't miss tonight's primetime broadcast lineup. For Cynthia Turner, who wrote and compiled Synopsis, I'm Trish Pahanik with the podcast version of Synopsis in your ear.